I have one more song, if that's all right. Is that all right with y'all? Okay, one more. Well, I remember back in 2005, I got a letter from my dad, and he wrote all 5 of his daughters. Yes, that is a lot of hairspray. And he wrote all 5 of us, and he told us in this letter that he and my mom had been to the doctor, and the doctor had discovered a terminal disease. And he was writing us because he wanted us to remember and have this letter to look back on and read him telling us that he was grateful that the doctors had found this, because it was really teaching him to learn to number his days and make the most of his time. So Amanda, I totally, as soon as you said that about your dad, I was like, oh, I get that. And I was just shocked and devastated, and oh gosh, I just didn't know what to do, but I immediately just started praying for a couple things. First, I just prayed that my dad would be there on my wedding day, which truly was going to be a miracle because I was as single as a dollar bill, y'all. And I also prayed that when his time came to the end of his time on earth, that I would be able to be there to say goodbye to him. And I knew even when I was praying that if God did not answer the way I was asking him to, he would still be good. And he was still faithful and compassionate and understanding and caring, and I knew that. But I also knew that he says in his word that you have not because you ask not. And I thought, well, that sounds like a rule, and I'm good at following rules. And so I will ask. I will just keep asking, and I asked, and God truly performed a miracle. And in September of 2011, so 3 years ago, my dad was able to be there at my wedding to walk me down the aisle, and I'm so grateful. And then a couple months later, I was out on tour in Florida, and I had a 2-week window, and right at the first day of that 2-week window that I had off before I was out on tour, again, my mom called and said, I think you need to come. So I went immediately and got to be there in the room when the doctor came in and said, this is the end, this is it. And so I just sat there on the hospital bed with my dad, and I just said, man, Dad, this is it. This is looking back on a lifetime. And you're not in, it's not even the last page, it's not even the last paragraph. These are the last sentences and words. Like, what do you have, what wisdom do you have for me, and what insight can you give me? No pressure. And my dad said something I'll never forget. He said, you know, everybody knows they're dying, but nobody thinks they're dying. And it really, it just struck me, and it really reminded me of the verse in Psalms that says, teach us to number our days that we may gain a heart of wisdom. And man, if I learned anything through seeing my dad finish his race on earth well, he passed away on February 15th in 2012, went to see Jesus, and I just learned so much that God truly does answer prayer, really, truly does. And I also learned that I also want to make the most of my time left, because not a single person here in this room knows that we have tomorrow. Not one of us knows that we have it, but we do have Jesus, and his mercies new every morning. Amen. What a promise to cling to. So this is called One More Step.
I was maybe 12 months old, holding on couches and letting go, waving my arms, trying to walk in that old video. And you were reaching out your hands, telling me to take a chance. You never left my side and never let me go. And then you said to me, to soak in everything. And standing by my side, you whispered, look at where we are. One more step down this aisle, I will cry and you will smile. The little girl that once was mine, I'll walk you now to your new life. The future is as bright as your white dress. One more step. Always happens way too soon. Doctor leaves a quiet room. The first to find your voice, you said, I'm ready to go. You asked me what I thought it's like, leaving this old world behind. And sitting by your side, I said, you already know. It's one more step, blink your eyes, you will be home on the other side. Running down the golden streets, you'll hear a million angels sing. So one more kiss on earth is all that's left, before the breath of heaven fills your chest. And you finally see his face and find your rest. One more step. One more step.
Thank you so much, guys.